What is up, guys? I've made it to the beautiful Pensacola, Florida. Made it through boot camp at 30. Actually, I'm 31 years old now. Oh, a lot of you guys have been commenting on my last video. Here to tell you about my experiences in Great Lakes, Illinois, Recruit Training Command. What's up, guys? Welcome to my room here in Pensacola, Florida at A School. Made it through boot camp. I'm 31 now. They actually call me grandpa in my division. So boot camp, RTC Great Lakes. Wow, I was there for about 2.5 months, almost 3 months. Very different than my expectations. The thing that caught me off guard, which is probably because I didn't do ROTC, was the marching. When you go to boot camp, you are going to be marching literally everywhere. Everything is military bearing, military posture, from standing at attention for hours. The PT actually wasn't that bad. I think we were actually doing more tedious work than we were PTing, like waking up and making our bed 100 times, folding our uniform, folding our clothes, stenciling our clothes. So right now, because of COVID, everybody has to wear a mask 100% of the time. You do have to ROM, which is basically a restriction of movement. Quarantine, 2 weeks. Yeah, we had to do it. Probably the most annoying part of boot camp. It's kind of like a military prison. Can't go anywhere, you can't do anything. Food is god awful. So you're always starving, you're reading your training guide all the time. A little tip, if you guys are going in, read the whole thing, do every single chapter while you're in ROM, because that'll set you ahead. The academic tests are really important in boot camp. Just try to have the best attitude you can. I started journaling in ROM and made some good friends. After ROM, you're gonna hit the P days, processing days, where you go and do your medical. Join my division 307. We backpacked our journey to our ship with your sea bag and all your stuff, and then you start training. They'll establish an A-Rocker is the person who calls the cadence. You better be loud if you're thinking about being an A-Rock.
Let's go right and straight to the right. That's the way we do it. Hey.
Same thing with the RPOC, the leader of the division. He has to be loud. He has to be on his shit. You're basically the example for the whole division. There's a bunch of other leadership roles. The first few weeks, obviously, there's gonna be a lot of yelling, a lot of craziness, a lot of screaming in your face. And if you can't handle that, then the military is not a place for you. After the first month or so, when the division starts clicking and people start getting it, the RDCs, Recruit Division Commanders, who are like our instructors, who are our personal coaches, they're there to guide us. They really work hard to make sure that we're the best division that we can be. That's my roommate playing the PlayStation 5. Hoo-yah, PlayStation 5.
He's coming.
So the food at boot camp is definitely, I can't really explain it. You're just gonna have to go and experience it. I will say this, you become addicted to peanut butter very fast. Everybody eats peanut butter. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it just becomes your regular. I've seen some weird things. People eat some peanut butter and jelly with tuna. I've seen some people eat peanut butter and jelly in some weird places. And also, don't be surprised if a lot of people in your division have gas. People have gas when you're in boot camp. My biggest struggle, I think, in boot camp, and I think a lot of people would say the same, is staying awake. You do not have any caffeine in boot camp. You're not allowed to have sugar, limited amounts of sugar. You're not allowed to have dessert. You're not allowed to have, coffee, anything like that. Staying awake is a task, especially when you don't have a lot of sleep and you have to sit through a boring lecture or a brief. If I could actually fall asleep while I'm standing, staying attention. I've done it. I've seen so many people do it. Fall asleep while you're marching too. A lot of people have been asking, hey, I'm getting older. How is boot camp, when you're this age? To be honest, there was quite a few people that were in their late 20s. I met a few people that were my age, 30s. There was a guy in my division who was literally 40 years old. He turned 40 in boot camp. Man has a family, has kids. So if you're thinking it's too late, it is never too late. In fact, when you're a little older, a lot of times the material is easier for you to learn. Just overall, you don't take a lot of this stuff to heart when they're screaming. The most difficult thing I think about being older is that obviously you got a bunch of young guys, 18, 19-year-olds. So the drama, high school drama stuff kind of comes up a little bit, and that can be a little frustrating. The average division is like 60 people. So everybody has to shower in that time frame, and then you got to have the head crew people clean that shit up in the same amount of time. So once everybody's done, the head has to be on spot. Everything in the compartment always has to be on spot, because they do random inspections. You do not want to get demerit shit. That's just embarrassing. No demerit shits. Be on top of your game, and if you fuck up or do something stupid, you're gonna get beat. Here with my very own A-Rock from boot camp, Big T, baby. What was your nickname in boot camp?
Pitbull. And the division was messing up, and I was an A-Rock at the time for this. I just got my wisdom tooth pulled, so I lost A-Rock. But I was damage control petty officer. I was one of the lower ones. But the whole division was falling asleep in class one day. And so when we got back to the compartment, our RDCs came out, petty officers came out, and there was like, anyone who's wearing a collar device, come into the middle. and they made us do exercise after exercise because they didn't believe that the division was listening to us. I was damage control petty officer. I was a nobody at the time, and I got beat for nothing. So that's probably the worst experience. But since I understood why, because when team will fight, we always preach that.
My favorite story about getting beat, they always say, hydrate. Gotta drink a little water first. And then he pulls me out in front of the division and he starts playing Mask Off by Future from his phone to take my mask off. I start doing 8 counts, push-ups, get ready for core exercises. Those suck. The Russian twist with your Mason twist with your freaking boots are the freaking torture, man. Yeah, the Mason twists are rough. All that stuff I told you in the Navy Det video about studying your chain of command, studying your general orders. Study that shit, man. You'll be quizzed on that by the chiefs, by FQA, the guys that come in and do the inspections. So you better know that shit. Rank and recognition, all that stuff. You have 8 weeks to learn that shit. Come on. By the time you get to battle stations, just have fun. Battle stations is actually pretty epic. I can't say anything about battle stations, but yeah, there's just a ton of stuff. You're gonna learn it when you get there. And once you make it through, there's the cap ceremony and then straight on to graduation where you are in your dress whites and you get to march left turns, hoo-yah left turns. For those of you guys who are about to go in, you will actually get to do graduation in the classic Midway Ceremony Hall. And I'm hearing that they may possibly be bringing family members back in the audience. I look forward to that. Some of my favorite parts of boot camp is marching becomes like your favorite thing, like singing cadence with the boys. Man, you look forward to doing that, especially when you guys start getting really good at marching and start doing trick drill. Another one of my favorite parts of boot camp was the live fire shooting. We didn't do it very long, but it was so fun. Firefighting was fun, doing the swimming, jumping off a tower. A lot of people complain about, boot camp sucks, but there was a lot of fun stuff that we did in between that made our experience, getting mail from your family. I haven't wrote letters in years, and being able to write and get letters from my family was really cool, kind of sentimental. You gotta take in positive with the negative. I think that's good advice for anybody in life, not just the military. Hoo-yah. Thanks again for watching, guys. You have a sick week, and I will see you on the next vlog. Peace.